live now. So we are on Facebook now, which is hilarious because it looks like we're not yet. So what are we talking about? There we are. So we can see, I can see you. Hi. So folks, if you're joining us, please do put a comment and let us know where you're coming from so that we can do a shout out. And I'm going to just open this up a little bit. There we go. And so hello there, Tina. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you, Gail?
Oh my goodness. Do you want to be honest? I'm so excited. It is unbelievable. So, Tina and I have been on this journey. Tina most recently, and it's been a fast track for her, like a deep dive into whatever. For me, it's been more gradual, but I've gone through my deep, dark nights. And what we're talking about is there's massive changes going on in the world right now. Whether you feel it or not, whether you're asleep or you're awake, it's happening. And we just want to share our perspectives, what we're feeling, what we believe is happening. We want you to reach out to us if you want someone to talk to for guidance, because right now, it's not tomorrow, it's not next year, it's not in the future. We are in the thick of it right now. If you are an astrologer, you know what's going on with the planets hasn't happened for 6,000 years. And some of the planetary alignment has never happened before. The planets affect the energetic pull on this planet. We are energy.
Yes.
All of this stuff. You want to be scientific, you want to be woo. We got the answers for you. So, Tina, hi.
Hello, 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 everyone. I am so excited to be with you here today, Gail, and I couldn't agree more. There's so much happening, and we are just ready to jump out of our skin to share it with you because this is the true truth of who you are. And we are awakening, and whether you're awake to it yet or not, you are going to feel the activations that are happening within you. For some people, it's going to feel like anxiety, depression, sadness, a breaking apart, a freeing up of creativity. It's exciting and it's difficult and it's all of it. And it's happening for our benefit. That's what I really want to share is it's happening for our benefit. To the earth must return the heart. And that's really what Gail and I are here to talk about today. We're talking about the return to the heart, to our true magnificence, to us all coming online with the universe and the destiny that awaits us all. It's magnificent.
So let's touch a little bit on the heart. Um, First of all, there are three heart chakras, three heart energies, right? And I talk about that in my dragon book in one of the chapters. We go through the three different hearts. And so it's a very complex organ and it is very connected. And our energy is channeled through the heart, positive or negative, it doesn't matter. The energy is through the heart. And right now, I've been calling it the silent, not the silent, but the quiet revolution. The
Mm,
quiet revolution is the revolution of love, is
yes.
the revolution of the heart, is the revolution of caring and compassion, is
Mm,
the revolution of caring, is the revolution of the one mind, and the
yeah.
revolution of caring about your neighbor, and the
Mm,
revolution of returning to nature, right? And it's one mind at a time, and
yes.
it's creating a quiet tsunami,
Mm-hmm. Yes,
right?
yes,
Right.
I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Because what is the true meaning of life? It's love. It is love. And this is the return back to love, to the heart. God, creator, source, energy, whatever you want to call it, has never left us. It's not possible. That's what people need to realize. We are all part of God, and it cannot separate from itself, nor does it wish to. And we are being activated. Why? Because there's moments in time for greatness to occur. This is a predestined moment in time. We've called to ourselves this existential crisis that we are living. And I know people sometimes are like, I didn't call it to myself. But the thing is, collectively, we have called this to us. Why? To give us this moment, this opportunity to really see who we are. We are so much more than the constructs of confusion that have been laid down upon us.
Oh,
We
I
are
love that.
magnificent. We are magnificent. And I love that Gail talks about her dragons, because we are consciousness, and we are expanding through the dimensional spheres of contemplation. We are so much more than we could ever imagine. And so many people are receiving messages like I do from the Creator, from the Pleiadians, from the Intergalactic Federation of the Court of Light. I didn't even know that all of this existed. So some
18
of
months ago.
yeah, so right. Some of us have been doing this for 30, 40 years, not me. So
You
I'm
are a
grateful
baby,
to
but you are 100% in the deep end of the water.
yes. And exactly where I want to be, because balance and restoration of the unified field is coming. That's what's happening with the crystalline grids. And I just wanted to share a mantra: crystalline grid, activate the knowledge within, because we are interfacing with the crystalline grid that's being repaired and restored right now. So amazing.
So let's talk a little. I wrote down a lot of stuff as you were talking. We were chatting just beforehand, and I was mentioning that the alignments of the stars of the planets are such that has not been seen by this earth for 600,000, 6,000 years, 6,000 years. Buddha was born under this particular energetic pull.
Amazing.
Buddha was talking about consciousness,
Hmm.
which was new at that time, right? And so when we think about consciousness, no, I never thought about consciousness. I knew it, I understood it, I knew that my conscious mind and my subconscious, I mean, I intellectually got it, but it didn't alchemize and integrate that understanding until it hit me. Thank you, 2020, by the way. It was a great year for awakening. Um, when I realized that I am consciousness, when I realized that I am one with the universe, I realized that this thing that we think is real is a reality that is created from consciousness.
Hmm.
I did a little Kabbalah studying and I wrote a book about the Kabbalah and the tree of life. And in that, it explains the energetic fields getting denser and denser, and what happens in those particular densities that ultimately creates this expression of what we think is reality. And so knowing that everything is energy, guys, you learned that in science in middle school. Did you
Yes.
ever think that you were energy too? Of course you are. Did you ever think your thoughts are energy too? Of course they are. Your consciousness is energy. It's everything is energy means everything,
Hmm.
including me, including the words coming out of my mouth. I was at an event Saturday and we touched on a lot of this stuff. And I was talking about how positive or negative thoughts or words create an energetic wave that
Yes.
never stops. It continues through the universe. It leaves us and it goes to the earth and it goes to the planets and it goes out there,
Yes.
right? And so the good, the bad, and the ugly that we have created in this expression is out there.
Hmm.
And what's shifting now is love.
Yes.
Love, and I don't mean carnal love. I mean Christ love. I mean God love. I mean
Hmm.
enemy love. I mean I care about you. Even if you don't care about me, even if you hate me, that's your energy and that's your thing. I still see the God in you,
Yes.
right?
I love that. Yes, because that is truly the essence of who we are. We are love, that came in to have this experience of the duality. But the duality has become a domination, and we're out of balance, and there are different belief systems. I have learned from the Pleiadians that some of that was changes, alterations in DNA structures that got out of control
Mm-hmm.
and created a loop in time. And so we're coming back to one collective, one united heart, one timeline that really stands for the Christ consciousness of unity and justice for all. Guys, justice is coming. How exciting is that? It is coming for us. And I am so ready to receive it. So ready to receive it. And it's not coming in hatred, and it's not
No,
coming in judgment. It is coming in the truth of who we are. It is coming to rise us all to a society where everyone honors and values each other, because we all have a purpose and a plan. We all are important in this creation. And we have called to ourselves a collective agreement right now that we have decided to change and shift consciousness. And I just want to share, we're not alone. This is a cascading alliance with the dimensional cosmic realities that are coming to help us. This is a total collapse of the time space continuum to this timeline where we are really going to see that we can value and truly love each other. It does sound philosophical, but the thing is, it's
it's
the truth of
here.
who we are.
It's here. It's here.
Yes,
You have experienced it. I've experienced because I'm no longer in the closet, if you will. I mean, I'll talk about my dragons. I don't care what you think about
yes.
me energetically. That's who I and what I work with.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I am vocal with the things that I see, the things that I do, the things that I feel, and the choices that I'm making, which are I'm not making them. I'm just following direction.
Yeah.
Um, there is a duality, if you will, now of folks that I'm talking with going, oh, well, I've had a dragon for 15 years. I've never mentioned it, but yeah, he guides me all the time.
Yes.
Oh, really? Right. I have been talking to the Pleiadians
Yes.
my whole life, but I've never told anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Right? I'm afraid that if I say this out loud, people will not take me seriously in corporate. Well,
Right.
corporate's collapsing, so good. Good. It's collapsing, right? Which I
Right.
predicted 15 years ago. Uh,
Yeah, no, I love it. I love it because yes, it takes courage to see the truth. My guides were telling me that we are light particles in wave calculations. There's a cosmic unfolding that is happening right now, and it takes courage and it takes strength to come out and tell your truth. And so one of the reasons Gail and I wanted to come live today was to say, you're not alone. You're not alone. So many people, and it may not be as what we're talking about. Maybe you're not talking to the Pleiadians yet, but you might have a knowing, or you might be having dreams, or you might have experiences where you're like, wow, I'm tuned into that person, or all of a sudden I'm artistic and my art's coming online, and all of these exciting things are happening because these are shifts in consciousness. Your DNA is being activated literally, and things
yes,
are changing and no one can stop it. That's the thing. We don't have to be afraid. We don't have to gatekeep any of this information because no one can stop the triumph that is coming to man and
right.
humanity. The history that's going to be made in these next few years is going to be unprecedented because this is predestined, which is so exciting. It's so exciting.
So I was watching a YouTube today, and one of the comments made on that YouTube reminded me of the manifestation dragon meditation that I did,
Hmm.
right? Where we took our desire out and we planted the seed and it grew and it came back. And what they were talking about was during the 60s, you had the hippie and the love revolution, incredible music, like week after week, amazing music, amazing shifts, Black Lives Matter. Actually, that wasn't then, that was Martin Luther King. All of
Yeah.
the things that were going on were the seeds the
Yes.
seeds to wake us up,
Yes.
right? And yes, we went back to sleep, but the seed didn't forget. The
Mm.
seed was there, and that seed has popped through,
Yes.
right? It has popped through. And so there
Blooming. It's
it's
blooming.
now yes, and it's blooming. And you know, I will constantly, like in my book about the chemo experience, I talk about, you know, Let It Be, right? All of those Beatles songs like are coming
Yeah.
back, you know, love, love, love. I mean, John, you're amazing. Right? Amazing. I mean, he was ahead of his time, a little bit ahead of his time, but he was reminding the seed to wake up,
Yes.
right? And so we're here to tell you that there are things going on energetically, whether you are able to experience it or understand it. You are going through this. And if you are taking your baggage with you, and I don't like baggage anymore. So I like my latest analogy. I have different analogies. Every time you turn around, I have a different analogy. But this one is we are, timelines are collapsing. And I want to talk a little bit about that in a moment.
Yep.
And we are getting lighter,
Yes.
right? So we're getting lighter because we're dropping the negative energies or the stories, if you will, that we identified with, which are lies.
Yeah.
If you are in a hot air balloon and you don't throw the sandbags overboard, that balloon is not going to rise. This is where the two worlds are going to happen, right? Those who are sitting in their balloon wondering why it's not going anywhere.
Mhm.
And those of us are going, yep, you can go overboard and you can go overboard and you can go overboard, right? But what does that mean? That means, and the Bible talks about this, yes, you will have to cut the sword, the ties with the sword. You will sadly say goodbye to friends and relationships, whether you do it consciously or unconsciously, because they no longer fit in your vibrational field.
Right.
It's
Right.
not because you hate them or you judge them. There is no judgment. There's just like, I feel this I don't feel in alignment with you anymore. I love you, but I'm going this way,
Yes.
right?
Yes, I love that. And reality is what we agree reality is. You know, we talk in symbols. Just because we say they're the truth doesn't mean they're the truth. And when we even look at religion, you know, even if you took Christianity, you know, in there where Jesus says you'll cast out demons, heal the sick, you know, and then people do it. They heal people and then they're like told they can't heal people. We can heal people. We can do all of those things, you know, and
Right.
this isn't even about religion. This is about the truth of who we are, you know. And when you really expand your mind, it's unlimited. You know, I've been saying even on my YouTube, if what's happening in the world right now can be happening, anything's possible. Let's open up to the
Yeah.
possibilities that we can create anything. And it has to do with resonance. Does it resonate with you? You know, hatred, negativity, anger, frustration, it does not resonate with me. And you can't get rid of that with reflecting the same thing to it. The only
Well,
thing that dissolves that is love. You know, I had a lady the other day come in and she was saying, I'm retired psychologist. And she was saying, I feel so much hatred. I don't recognize myself. We spent about 30 minutes talking. That lady left. She was ready to go do service work. She was excited. We were talking about consciousness, the return to the heart, total
yes,
shift in her whole behavior because she was realizing she was feeding a beast that wants to be fed. We don't have to feed the negativity. You
right.
know, the war is not coming to us. The war is in us if we allow it to be.
We create it. We
Yes.
are the creators. And
Yes.
it's not that bad things don't happen.
Right.
They do happen. But how do I respond to it? I'm not
Mm.
going to pretend it does. It's not there
Yep.
for sure. Like that's the Pollyanna effect. But I
Right.
am going to say, I can address this from my heart
Mm.
and not from my fear,
Yes.
right? I can take action, still going to take action
Yep.
from my heart, right? And that is something that this whole compassion and true compassion really
Yes.
came to me 2.5 years ago. right? The whole Lessons from Hell book explains my transformation
Mm-hmm.
because I had no choice but to sit with myself in the worst possible scenarios and say, I love you, body, for
Yeah.
what you're doing. I apologize to you for what I'm doing. We
Mhm.
will heal together,
Yeah. Beautiful.
right? And thank you, God. I
Mhm.
want you in my life. And that was the big one. Guys, there's a little bit of a prayer in there, not the whole thing that I went through. There's a couple of them in there, but I literally asked the universe to be in me and with me always. And the thing is, it is always, but I
Yeah.
wanted to be conscious of it. I wanted to communicate with it. I wanted to be part of the collective,
Mhm.
right? And know that I'm part of the collective, not understand that I'm part of the collective. And there's a difference.
Yes.
Yeah, there's
Yes.
a difference. And so if you're starting to hear voices, other than the monkey brain, and if you have a monkey brain, God love you. You've got all those voices. Have a conversation with them, right? I call mine the board of directors, sit them at the table, right? Right?
Yeah, yeah. Because
Right?
it's about self-realization, right? And
Mhm.
self-alignment and alignment with source energy that can't separate from us. We are the Christ. We are the Christ. Each one of us is, and when we get into that alignment, the universe is right there waiting. It's waiting for us because it's what we came to learn. And the magic starts happening and people think these are miracles. They're phenomenons that we're all capable of having, but we didn't know it because this information has been kept. The world wide web of existence now is open and it's a free highway and people are traveling it, and it's so exciting. And this is where true potentiality is actually being actualized. That's what my guides are telling me. Potentiality is being actualized at this moment.
Oh, I
So
want to talk about that.
jump on board with that because it's amazing. Anything's possible, you guys. Anything's possible.
You have
Open yourself
no
up to it.
idea. No idea. So,
Yeah.
my dear friend Franco, he and I are going to be talking later on this week.
Yep.
Um, we had a conversation a few years ago about this coming, right? And what's going to happen. And he's in Europe now. I mean, he's like dealing with
Mhm.
folks. And the thing is that when you talk about potentiality, we touched on healing. That's going
Mhm.
to be normal.
Yep.
Um, Aging can stop.
Mhm.
Um, we won't need airplanes if we want to
You're right.
fly. Yes, we will be
Telepathy.
able. Yep, yep. Telepathy, absolutely. We're starting to experience that in our group. We're
Yep.
creating it's a quantum entanglement
Yep.
where we absolutely will say, I can't believe you just said that. I just thought about that 3 seconds ago.
Mhm.
Right. And it's real and it's accelerating.
Mhm.
I'll give a short example this week. In the morning, I went to coffee with a friend because I'm leaving. Say
Mhm.
goodbye. Haven't seen you for a while. And she's like, oh, you talk about um on storytelling. Like I'm about leaving, getting detached from your story. I have a friend who is on the road like you. She's now in Australia and she's all about unstorytelling. Let me connect you with her. Her name's Nicole. That's in the morning, like 8 o'clock. 10 o'clock, I'm talking with someone else, and it's a friend, and he says, oh, I want to connect you with Nicole. She's right, right. So I sent her a message because I finally got her contact information. I said, the universe is telling us we have to meet,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
I mean, hours apart, right? One person's in New Hampshire, the other person's in New York City. They
Yeah.
don't know each other, but they know her, and they're both seeing a connection,
Yes.
right? So that is the quantum entanglement that we're talking about.
I love it. I love it. And people will say, "Well, I've had that."
Of course
Yes,
you
you
have.
have. Or I've had intuition that told me something about somebody, or I maybe even had a premonition something was happening, or I had a feeling. Yes, because this is our divine blueprint. That's what we need to realize is that we all were born with a divine blueprint and we all have these gifts. They're not for some people. I've had people say that, oh, well, she can do that. No, we can all do it. Does it take, is it a process? Yes. Does it take practice, persistence, and patience? Yes. You know, but if you want to develop those skills, each one of us can develop them, you know,
Absolutely.
and we've been taught to step on each other. We've been taught to be competitive. We've been taught to think, well, I'm not special because you're special. No one takes away anyone else's specialness. I really like to think of it this way. In the symphony, no note can be lost. All of it is important. We all have a purpose and a meaning in this world. And that's what we have to get back to. Compassion. You know, the lock to the key is love, oneness, compassion, and kindness. And that's how we do it. We return to the heart with true love for ourselves and for each other. And I think it's really important to know the importance of the self love because sometimes we can give love to others and not
That's
ourselves.
not love.
Yeah. So start looking in the mirror, start going in and just really allowing yourself to feel love and gratitude for you because this is your moment to shine. This is your moment to evolve and to be the soul, the particles of life that God allowed you to have the opportunity to express in this lifetime.
That's
And
amazing.
together, we are going to do such magnificent things. No one can stop it. That's what Gail and I are trying to tell you. No one can
It's the
stop
train has left the station.
us. Yes,
Okay. And
yes,
it's a nonstop train.
yeah, that's
It's
right. That's right.
express.
And it's a climb. It's a climb. You know, people say it's a fight. It's a fight. It's not a fight, love. It's not a fight. It's a climb. And we will equip each other one by one to make this climb together. It's the only
Yes.
way.
And I love that. I want to get back to the competition thing. Um, you know, Tina and I are in the same community, and in that community, we have so many women who literally are supporting each other. And I've
Yes.
I've had this experience before where women support each other, and in doing that, without jealousy, without comparison, without fear, without, well, she's got this, what's wrong with me? Or, well, I've got this and she never will. None of that.
Right.
We are evolving exponentially in that environment,
Yes.
right? And it's not a cocoon, guys. I want to talk about my cocoon fallacy. Oh, so many lies, right? So yes, life does start in a cocoon, but you don't want to stay there. And so many people stay there.
Yeah.
And two things happen, and the butterfly is in the cocoon and doesn't come out, it dies. It,
Mhm.
it doesn't become a butterfly, it dies. And so it does struggle willingly to get out, to live
Yeah.
that beautiful life.
Yes.
And if you choose, because it's your choice, free will, to
Mhm.
stay within that cocoon of comfort and safety and security, which is also a lie, you have created a cage. There's a book I read
Mm,
decades ago called The Human Zoo,
mm,
right? We have created pages for ourselves and characters and archetypes that we play that
mm.
aren't us, that don't align in order to get the job, in order to keep the marriage, in order to get that person, in order to raise the kids, in order to make the money, in order to what, always denying and being defined externally while the internal, and I say this from experience, guys, is screaming to be seen,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, yes. The equation of harmonization is happening. What keeps us from that? Fear. It's fear, fear of leaving the marriage, fear of leaving the job, you know, fear that keeps us from seeing and seeking our truth. And the
Right.
thing is the truth is coming. The truth is coming. And it's not even a judgment for the people that aren't awake to this or think that it's scary or think that it's blasphemous or all of that sorts of stuff, because that's where people are at. There was a time several years ago, when I was really indoctrinated into thinking that there was only one way and that people would be harmed if they weren't living a certain lifestyle. And I really was able to allow that to fall away and realize that this is an opportunity. This illusion is out of love. It's an existence that was given to us to evolve and have these experiences. And it is out of love. I think what we're seeing though is it has become a domination for many a centuries. Societies have risen and collapsed, and a lot of that is because when the truth appears, society collapses. Um, and I really believe that we're at a time right now where we are just going to continue moving towards the betterment of mankind. I think there's going to be some tumultuous times come ahead, but when
Very
you birth
soon.
a new reality, there's going
Mhm.
to be pains. There's going to be pains. And what can we do? And I just want to read to you because this is what my guides gave me, and I thought it was so beautifully said. Restoration of balance in the unified field. How do we do it? To the heart, you must bring joy, for joy will lead you to the divine Christ and all knowledge that you seek, for destiny is within you. You seek the true contemplation of all time and space is within the heart, the unbroken connection. So, what we have to realize is this is an unbroken connection. We've
Yes.
always had it, we will always have it, and we can just lean in to everything that's coming because it's the truth. It's the real truth.
I have someone at the door. You keep going. I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay. So one of the things that I really wanted to cover today was balance is coming to the unified field. It is coming through the crystalline grids. And we can awaken that within our own hearts. This is so important to just allow your heart to expand and know that you are one with the universe. Bring forth the knowledge within. The truth will be restored. That is happening right now on a cosmic level too, not just on an earth level. So this isn't just happening on the earth. Like Gail mentioned, the planets are aligning. The planets are sentient beings. I mean, we are all coming together in this mathematical equation of the return to love. Justice is coming, which is so exciting, I think, for all of us, that all man is created equal. All of us deserve freedom and hope and prosperity. And that is coming to restore the earth. So, for everyone that's overwhelmed by what's happening right now, because there's so many horrific acts happening, understand that holding a positive vibration is the best thing that you can do. And a cascading alliance is happening. So it's not just us, it's outside of us too. We are getting help interdimensionally to
Yeah.
have this rise.
We help from the dragons, right?
Yes.
Um, I listened to a meditation from Kyle Cease, and the one line in that particular meditation has really stuck with me. And that line is, even though you throw anger spears at me, I love you still. I love you still. And that's what we're talking about, you know, and these opportunities to hold that space of love, to hold that place is precious, and enlightening is not the right word. Expansive. Expansive is the word. We are when I say hold space, I just kind of chuckle because who can hold space, right? It's just you can't hold space. But we are just space. We are more space than anything. When you look at us from a microscopic, energetic perspective, right? when we look at what's holding us together, you were talking about the crystallines that holds us all together. The very first chapter, the very first dragon chapter in the dragon book that I'm writing is the earth dragon who has come to repair the ley lines that holds the earth energetically together, right? Because of the damage that mankind has done. And so the love of the planets is phenomenal. Someone mentioned today, I don't even remember who, because or when, actually, to tell you the truth, about a moss or an algae that has been discovered that eats plastic.
Amazing,
It'll
amazing.
organically clean up the earth
Yeah.
from the
And
damage
that's
we've done,
divine. That's divine. I mean,
right? What are
you
the
know,
odds of, I mean, plastic eating plants? Come on,
right. And we've been helped before. It's like this is not new. I mean, we have been helped before. I think that the difference is people are like, why now? Why is it different now? Because it is predestined. That's the difference. This is the time that we are meant to rise together as a collective. It's a collective agreement.
it
So,
really is. You had mentioned that, there are civilizations that have collapsed, that have gone through this.
mhm,
I'm going to mention two dates that I energetically have become aware of. 2012, I literally felt the veil lifting
mm,
in a moment with two other women. We were just having lunch, and I went, "Did you just feel that?" And they're like, "Yes, the feminine energy has arrived." Right? And I'm
mhm,
like, this is so powerful. And then in 2018-ish, there was a shift, and the trajectory to where we're heading now was on such a path that there was no going back. Thank you so much. There was no going back. So when we say it's going to happen, it's going to happen. It
yes,
is
yes.
happening.
Yes. And the
Right?
divine energy is coming in to balance, to bring balance and harmony back to all of us.
Yes.
Both is needed. We need the yin and the yang. We need the male and the female,
Yes.
but we need to balance out what has happened and over the centuries. This is not new. What's happening, this shift even now, it's not even political. Politics don't work. Leaders don't work. It's not what's in the best interest of the people collectively. For us to really love each other. We make such generalizations, such judgments about each other. When going back to the Four Agreements, I keep coming back to that. If you haven't read that book, pick it up. Don Miguel Ruiz, The Four Agreements. Be impeccable with your word. Don't make assumptions. Don't take things personally. Show up doing your best. And then in 2010, he came out with the best one. Listen, but learn to use discernment, because if most of what you're hearing isn't the truth. So we're speaking all of this stuff that's not even the truth, and we are perpetuating these constructs of confusion on each other instead of really coming into our heart and learning who we are. Only you can do that. Only
Right.
you can learn who you are.
Right.
Only
And how does it
you guys.
feel? Right? How does it feel? Um, get in
And you are
touch.
worthy. You are worthy. Oh my God. Right, Gail?
Yeah,
Because we
oh my
all
God,
have
yes.
to let go of the unworthiness. All of us are in that unworthiness. We're not worthy to hear from God, or we're not worthy
You are God.
successful. Exactly, exactly. We are all the Christ. I mean, that's what Jesus came to teach. And that calling back of the fathers. I've had two messages now for Jerusalem. The fathers are being called back. The Buddha consciousness, the Krishna consciousness, the Jesus consciousness. It's all returning to the earth to help us.
Right.
It's so beautiful.
It is incredible. And so, we had no idea where this conversation was going to go, and we still don't know where it's going to go, because we're going to go 11-11. Yes. Yes, thank you, angels. Yes, it's time for a shift of conversation. I don't know why. Um, so what does this mean to the everyday person,
Mhm.
right? how did I, so I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I can tell you what I did when I started realizing that my life was built on a house of cards and they were all lies, right? Um, and so I started looking at, well, what if this wasn't true? What would it be? And I started to discover, well, that makes more sense.
Mm-hmm.
That makes more sense. Wait a minute, right? Or that feels better,
Yeah.
right? And so start asking those questions and ask yourself why. Like, why am I choosing to do this? Is it something that is aligned with me, or is it something that I've been told I'm supposed to do?
Yes.
Is it coming from fear, sadness, shame, guilt, or is it coming from love?
Right.
Right? If it's not coming from love, then is it the right choice? Probably not.
Yep.
Probably not. Um, and who am I trying to serve?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm trying to serve me, then it's egoic and also not the right choice.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, so here's the fine line. I want to serve you, Tina,
Mm-hmm.
while still honoring me,
Yes.
right? And so if serving you diminishes me in any way, then I'm not going to serve you,
Yes. Yes. And I
right?
love that. And I just want to say, service is love. But if you're doing service and you're resentful and angry, you're not coming from a place of love. So
Right?
don't do it. It's not
Don't do it.
selflessness, it's
It's not,
love.
you don't
So
have
if
to
you
do it.
right, right. If you feel like, oh, I'm just a martyr and I'm just giving everybody else, and we don't have to carry everyone's suffering. That will not help humanity. I can hold on to all kinds of sadness. My hair was falling off. It's like that was not helping me or humanity. What helps humanity is me living my potentiality. What helps humanity is me being in the best alignment with the universe so that I can be positive and I can follow the highest excitement of my life so that I can rise you too. That's helping humanity. So I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. I lived in the savior, victor, perpetrator triangle for most of my life. I will be completely honest. And
Mhm.
that's why my relationships didn't last. How can I be with a man that I think needs saving and not have him feel diminished in some way?
Mhm.
And therefore resentful, and therefore I become the perpetrator of his unworthiness,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
Right. And so in the act of saving, and when I became a coach, all you coaches out there, you say this all the time. I'm here to help humanity. I'm here to save people. I'm here to shine the lighting. Who are you? Right? I was one of them. Right? And yet I do know what my role is. I do know why I'm here,
Mhm.
but I'm not here to shine the light. I'm not here to fix you. I'm not here to help you. I'm here to support whatever direction that you are ready to go in.
Yes, and we're here to be reflectors, right? We're
Yes.
here to reflect to each other the love that we have for ourselves and for the rest of humanity. And the truth is, you can't diminish anyone's light. You only can cover it. You only can cover your light. And when you choose to, you uncover it. When I was doing energy work, I asked my guides, and they said, you are honoring and empowering the light within others. You are harmonizing the field so one can experience their own divine perfection. You are
Yes.
already divinely perfect. You are just awakening to it. So I love that. I love that. And I think that sometimes too, we help each other. You don't necessarily have to spend $5,000 to have an awakening. You there's so many people that will reflect and hold harmony and balance for you. So many people doing sound healing and so many people doing there's so much out there right now. Just see where you're divinely guided to go. It will just pop up or someone will mention it a couple of times like with Gail, and then you're like, okay, maybe I better listen to that. The universe has told me now twice. How many boats do I need to come save me? So we all have the guidance, the inner navigation. We just have to listen and open to it. And for people that have never heard any of this, and you're like, what the heck are those two women talking
Those ladies are
about?
crazy.
Just know we love you, and we too are planting seeds in you, and maybe someday they'll sprout. And if they don't, we love you regardless, because this is not about domination. This is not about telling you who you should be, but it is about saying, question everything. You have
Question
the right.
everything.
And when you can't, you question it more. When someone tells you you can't question, you question it more. I just feel like my guides really want people to hear that.
Yep.
You know,
Yep. Yep.
don't get
Absolutely.
beat up, shamed, guilted, or anything because you believe something different.
I've been
Because it's
questioning for
okay.
6 years and I still question.
Yeah,
I wrote down
good.
two things. First of all, beautiful, divinely perfect. Thank you. I love that that expression. A little bit about sound. We are energy, therefore we are frequency, we are vibration.
Yeah,
Um, I also heard this morning, surprise, surprise, that uh, they are now, and I'm not, and I think it's in England, using sound therapy to heal brain injury and brain trauma. That the sound waves are helping the brain remap and heal itself. The second thing that I heard, and I knew this was going to happen, Franco and I talked about this happening when I was done with the cancer journey, right after the solution to no longer needing chemo will be available. And it is available now. And it is sound. It is sound. They have discovered they can inject your body with the dye and use sound therapy, and that dye eats the cancer cells.
yes. And that's a magnificent. There's so much research being done, double-blinded studies on energy work. When I went to Brazil,
Yeah.
even just seeing the energy work incorporated with Western medicine, and I just don't know if people are aware, but a lot of times funding gets stripped away from people that are doing stuff that really does show evidence, you know, and things are concealed, and it's not to be a conspiracy, but it's like this stuff, you're not going to, you won't be able to hide it anymore because people are just going to start doing it. We already
We
are
are doing
doing
it.
it.
We are
People
doing
are
it.
healing it. They're healing themselves, they're healing other people. And why? Because it's consciousness, because it's not seeing is believing, it's believing is seeing. And once we believe it and we embody it, we become it. This is
Yes.
our becoming. It's our
Yes.
becoming.
It's when we finally step into owning the fact that we are the creators.
Yes.
In my book, Journey to Enlightenment, which is about the Kabbalah, I talk about, you know, when you're done reading the book, you realize that when I talk about all of the Sephoras and what they are, the last energy nodule is creation and it's creating us. I'm
Mhm,
talking about the human experience being created. That's what the Kabbalah is about,
mhm,
right? It is about this energy, this consciousness saying, "Oh, okay, so if I condense here, then here's what happens. And I'm going to condense there. And then I'm going to condense there until finally I condense into creating an illusion that we call life.
mhm.
And here's how the illusion works for me, how I explain it. When I watch a movie or a TV program and I'm really into it, I don't know about you. I mean, I can be crying, I can be laughing, like the rest of the world doesn't
Yeah,
exist except what's on that screen. I'm in the damn movie.
yeah.
That's what's going on, guys.
Yeah, yeah.
That's just exactly what's going on.
Exactly. And it's going on, this illusion is a gift. It's a gift. I think people feel like, well, what the heck's it for? Because we are having an opportunity to experience the greatness that we are. We're having the opportunity to truly love and embody each other. And it is such a beautiful gift of love from the creator that is
Yeah.
allowing us to experience this. And yeah, it's all of it. It's all of the emotions, it's all of the dreams, it's all of the realities that we're choosing to have. It's manifestation, and it's exciting. And I think that this is a time where true justice is coming for people to have freedom and not have to feel like they're separate or divided. And one of the ways you can really see this is the more you practice this course correcting and coming back into alignment, you'll see from higher states of levels of clarity, and you'll start to observe people. And there was an example where this young woman was saying she was watching her aunt, and the aunt was so angry. This anger, you start to see it in people. It
Yeah.
just boils up and they become the anger. Elie Wiesel, he wrote the book Night and was in the Holocaust. An amazing, amazing man. This man lived through such horrific times. And I had the privilege to listen to him speak. And he said, when someone said to him, "Why don't you hate those people?" He said, "Because when you hate, it permeates every cell in your body and you become the hatred." We
Yeah.
are witnessing that. The insurrection was an example of that, where
Yes.
people were so angry and hateful. They were beating up police officers. They were harming people out of what? Out of just rage. And we can't have that. We can't have that in an advanced society. It's you've got to bring love to everything. That's the only answer. It's the
Right.
only answer.
Right. And rage. So let's talk a little bit about justice. Again, I cover that in that book because
Yeah.
justice is one of the things that happens when the energy denses. That's called karma, and karma is immediate. And the energetic pulse that I create returns to me in like force.
Mm,
So if I push out anger, that anger is going to come back to me in like force. How it comes back to me, I don't know, but
right.
it comes back. It is a universal law.
Yep.
Cause and effect is a universal law.
Yes.
It's immutable. There's nothing you can do about it.
Hmm.
That's karma. So karma isn't, you know, a bad thing. Karma doesn't care.
Hmm.
Karma is just energy
Yep.
that is returning back to you that you have sent out.
Hmm.
Right? And so that's what you're talking about. If if
Yeah.
if I send out such negativity, first of all, I get into a loop of negativity because it comes
Yeah.
back to me, and now I have another reason I can justify why I'm angry, and so now
Right.
I'm even more angry, and it's going to come back and say, "See, right? It's it's like a snake that's eating itself. It's ridiculous, right?
Yes.
Love can be that same snake.
It can be. It
Yeah,
can be. And this is the call. So this is the true call to humanity right now. Turn back to the heart.
yeah.
Bring the heart back to the earth. She's a sentient being. She's our mother.
Oh my God,
She is
Gaia.
so good to us. I
Yeah,
mean, the air we breathe, the expansion of our lungs, the food that we eat that nourishes our body. We have to bring back the love. If you see garbage on the ground, pick it up. Be the change you want to see in the world. Be the reflection you want to see, and watch the magic happen. I promise you. I promise you. I challenge anyone that's watching this. Do it for a week. Do it for a day. You will see changes, unbelievable changes of magical delight come into your life.
you know, um, I have a client that I just wrapped up with, and we worked a lot on self-love
Hmm.
and belief in herself. And a friend of hers stopped by about a week ago, and she sent me a text. She said she noticed a change in me. She says I look lighter.
Hmm.
I look lighter, and she does. I mean, her face is different. I saw another client this weekend that I haven't seen for a while, and she was skin and bones when we started. She was physically not able to eat or sleep. It was a rough time because this is how rough it can get, guys, when you resist.
Yeah.
And it's happening. You cannot resist what's happening.
Hmm.
And I saw her and I'm like, her face is now brown, right? She's just kind of shining. She has a different, and it's not that she's not dealing with the same stuff. She's just dealing with it in a very different way.
Yes, yes. And
Yeah.
illness, a lot of people are dealing with breaks and illnesses because you're being called to return back into the body. When you're dealing with that, you're not worried about your job. You're not worried about all the other things, the materialism. You are worried about healing, and that's what we're being called to do right now. Come back and heal. Come back to the divine self and the divine heart that is all knowing and all giving and is seeking the love, because the truth cannot be restored without love. So it's seeking that. And that is what's going to help us all climb, is when we come back to that love. And it's the simple, small things. It doesn't have to be huge. It can be just the small shifts and changes that we make.
And I love that small shifts. When I talk about the small shifts with my clients or in a speech or in training, actually, I talk about a graph.
Mhm,
And so, the graph is going this way and it is going up,
mhm,
but not very far, not very much.
mhm.
And you want to get here, but you're going here. Well, I'm not going to tell you to go like this. I mean, that's ridiculous. You'll have a heart attack, quite frankly. But a small shift is all it takes to change the trajectory of your
Yes,
life.
I love that.
And that's all we're asking is to check in with yourself and say, did I make that choice from love?
Mhm,
Does it feel right? Does my heart sing when I think about this? Am I a little bit afraid? Yeah.
mhm.
But am I a little bit excited? Heck yeah. And
Yeah.
does it feel right? Like am I getting goosebumps? Yes.
Mhm,
Right. So, that many of us are being called to drop everything. Like right now, I've been called to go on the road, but I
yeah.
have gotten a clear now message,
Mhm,
right? And I talked to this woman in Australia who had the same. She goes, I was planning, August or so to come to Australia. In July, I got like now.
mhm.
And I just like, okay, put everything in storage and here I am,
Yeah.
right? So we're being told like it is now. So this whole, one day I'm going to, and one day, oh, today is the
Yeah.
day. So I am scared because I have no idea what tomorrow is going to look like. And I'm so excited because I know it's perfect and that I'm following divine guidance.
Yes, and I love that. I love that. Come to everything with no expectations. I really have learned that, because you can never think up what the universe has in store for you. You can never think that grand. Sometimes our imagination impedes our creation, because creation is unlimited possibilities, and we need to return
Mhm.
back to that, and the heart and the love for each other, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And the connections that you make along the way. So we talked about how everything is energy and
Mhm.
we've created this blueprint that we call life.
Mhm.
That happens in the seventh dimension, by the way, when we put our blueprint together and choose what we're going to do. Um, and so I also chose who I will or will not co-create with.
Mhm.
And because I'm co-creating with someone, it doesn't mean that they are part of my life forever. Now, some are either soulmates or twin flames. I don't feel that there's a twin flame at all in my life, but there's definitely soulmates. And a soulmates means that doesn't mean that you're lovers. It means
Right.
we have to teach each other lessons, right?
Mhm.
Right? And if we don't do it this time, we'll be back again, right?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And I think when you come when you start like having fun with it, like we're talking about, and you really start to see clearer, it's amazing what you start to see, what you can observe. And you really, some people call it coming on center, being in alignment. It's like people won't affect you the same way. They won't. You will stay calm in any storm because you are inside in peace. And I think that's really important. And I love, there was a man, his name was Divaldo Franco, and he did amazing things in Brazil. And one of the things he really expressed was, and he said, everyone's talking about Jesus. How about you start living like him? I mean, all of the divine masters and teachers, whether it be Martin Luther King, Jesus, Buddha, Gandhi, whoever it is for you, it was all about love, right? It was all about coming back into the heart and being compassionate, being kind, being loving, and to ourselves and to other people, because it shapes and shifts realities. Guys, it shapes and shifts consciousness. It's so critical. So the small little things, if we can just leave that, expand your mind and
Yeah.
allow anything to come in, all possibilities of love for the highest good of yourself and humanity. That's all we're asking for this talk today. That was our intention coming forward today, is don't be afraid, unleash love, because a tidal wave, a tsunami of light is coming back to the planet. And
Yes.
it is divinely guided, it's divine justice, it's divine timing, and it's divinely who we are.
And it's the quiet revolution, right? So when the quiet revolution overtakes the loud resolution,
Mm,
right? That is when, and it's happening now, we will see the timelines get in alignment.
mhm,
And I want to talk a little bit about string theory and timelines,
mhm,
because I had some very vivid experiences of that over the past couple of years,
mhm,
in that I literally would hold a conversation with someone and they will say, well, when we did this and when we did that, and I'll be like, yeah, nope, never happened. Never happened, right? Um, and they will adamantly say, oh, absolutely, you were da, 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 da. I'm like, no, at that time I was over here,
mm, mhm,
right? Um, I don't resist it or argue it. I just know
mhm,
that one of us jumped a timeline,
mhm,
right? So we one of us went to a different reality. And deja vu is a jumping of timeline,
mhm.
and you're out of sync for a moment,
Yeah.
right? And so you've jumped a timeline ahead of yourself.
Mhm,
And so, oh, this happened before. Well, it did.
mhm.
And now you're getting back into alignment with that timeline that you're now in. So there are the
Right.
experiences that we all have had,
Mhm,
right? So, will there be just, I know timelines are collapsing, but if there are two Earths, will there be two timelines,
mm.
right?
Yeah. I know what timeline I want to be on.
I know. I choose that one. Right? Let me hook on. Right?
Oh,
Right? Who wouldn't want to be on love? And it's
yeah.
not, I don't want to get the impression that yes, it'll be heaven on earth, but there still will be contrast, because earth is built for contrast. That is the
Yeah.
purpose of us being here, is to experience contrast.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the things that I work with my clients on is, you are not your story. You had an experience to have the energetic experience, but not to own it, hang on to it, identify it, or become it,
Yes.
just to experience it. And
Mhm.
then go, well, that was fun or not fun. I'm glad that's over. Now what's next? Because when you hang on, you're missing the next.
Yeah.
And that could be beautiful, because it is, the law of give and take. It is if you are energetically feeling this, you're going to energetically feel the other. The sway's got to happen.
Yes.
And you block that sway. You're standing in front and stopping the natural flow of your life.
Yes, yes. And it is the remembrance. You
Yes.
know, people don't remember who they are,
No,
because there's been so many constructs of confusion since you're a little child. What you experience from the reflector of your parents or your siblings, and then you get into school, or then you have relationships, or someone harms you. These are all so many constructs that are laid down on people that they've forgotten to come back to the truth of who they are, which is pure love. That's
yeah.
who we really are, guys,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
it's coming back to that, and start off, like we said, small, but have fun, because watch how your life will transform. And if the people around you don't resonate at that vibration, that's okay. Find new people, you know because this is all about raising not only consciousness, but our vibrations and our frequencies, so we can shift and alter consciousness. It's
I
really
love that
possible.
you said fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go there. So one of the other things I talk about is, okay, we created the blueprint, right? We created the game board,
Hmm.
okay? If I can look at my life like a video game, what happens in a video game? I'm on level one and oops, I died. Okay, go back. I'm still on level one. Oh, I conquered that and now I have a power up. I learned something, power up. Go to level two, a little bit more complicated, might run into some of the same, problems, but I know from the level one what to do. Level two, and oops, didn't make that. But I'm going to go through it again and I get more power ups. I learn something more, right? And so if I can look at life that way, then there is no winning or losing. There is learning how to
Yes.
navigate that level I'm on because I know there's a power up when I'm done. And
Yeah.
I'm anxious to see what power up I'm going to get,
I love that. I love
right?
that analogy. Yes. And it doesn't mean it's not hard.
No,
No one here is saying it's not hard, but the hardest stuff is where you grow the most, and the hardest stuff sometimes is where you feel the most alone, but you're not alone. And just know the divine is always with you. It's in you. It is
it
you.
is you. Yes.
Yes. And so it can't separate. It can't separate from the consciousness of God and alignment. And I know sometimes people are even afraid to say God, which is unfortunate because it's been tied so much to religion, which is then like put shame and guilt and fear into people. And religion has been good to a lot of people. People have had good experiences too, so I don't want to I don't want to say it's bad, but I think that people have had enough experiences that they don't want to understand that we can never separate from source energy. We are source energy. It is always guiding us, it is always leading us to a higher level of consciousness. And you don't have to be afraid of that, because it's our divine nature. I think when people first start opening, they're fearful, but it's like it's who we are. It's who we are at the core, and it's all about love. This whole opportunity, this whole illusion, it's all given to us divinely with love. It's just out of balance. It's
Yeah.
completely out of balance.
It's really out of balance. And I do want to, we've got a few more minutes because I,
Okay.
I put this up till noon because I want to be on Donna's meeting. Um, so I mentioned that in 2012, the feminine energy was coming in. And I have to be honest with you guys, if you knew me back in the day, um, I was very masculine energy, very. You don't get to the board of directors in an international insurance company if you're not strong in the masculine energy. Wasn't a pretty thing, but it was there. And so leaning into what does the feminine, and I'm talking divine feminine, I'm not talking about the weak feminine, I'm talking about the divine feminine, stepping into that
Mhm.
has taught me love and compassion at a level that is divine. It's not egoic.
Mhm.
It's not third dimensional, it's different. And I'm now feeling the masculine energy, divine masculine energy, coming back because it's safe to come back because of the feminine
I love that.
energy, right? The divine masculine, not the egoic masculine,
Mhm.
which is different. And when I think of, you know, men here are hunt kill, no, the masculine energy is to create that safe environment so the feminine energy can create
Mhm.
whatever that looks like. What and roles are, I love the fact that there are people now openly admitting that they are not asexual, that I might be with a man and I might be with a woman.
Mhm.
It's like this person is filling me. This person and I are on the same wavelength, right? It
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter. And so more and more people are going on the road.
Mhm.
Being in one place doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Community is around the world now,
Yes.
right? I don't have to love my neighbor who I don't like their energy. I don't
Mm.
have to put up with this. I can move.
Yeah.
I can be mobile.
Yes. And you can reflect love even if the other
Yes,
person's not reflecting it back.
right,
Yeah.
right, right. And it doesn't matter if they do or do not return it
Mhm.
because it comes back in a different way. It is never expected to be an exchange at the supermarket,
Right. Right.
right?
Yeah, and I love what you're saying. There's a fluidity. There's a fluidity to consciousness. There's a fluidity to energy. And
Yes,
we're all of that. We're all of that. And, we do make a difference. Each one of us plays a part. Each one of us is playing a part. Even if you think you're not, you are. So just being aware of what part do I want to play? What part do I want to reflect in the world
yes,
today?
yes. It's my game board.
Yeah.
What character do I want to, and there are many characters, that's the archetype
Mhm.
thing, right? There's many characters I can play,
Mhm.
and I choose every day, every moment, who that is, right? For
Yeah.
many, so I had a friend who, when she was in the third dimension, was a multiple, and all that is her archetypes out of control.
Mm.
We all have multiple personalities. We have the work person, we have the vixen person, we have the mother person, we have the friend person, right?
Right. Right.
But we control who we want to portray that day.
Yes.
And many times when we're exhausted, we portray who we don't want to portray
Mhm.
in that moment, right?
Yeah.
So these multiple personalities are characters that when we created that blueprint, said, okay, so my vixen's going to be like this, and my mother or my father will be like this, and my friend character will be like that. We chose the characters in the play that we are participating in. We
Mhm.
chose the characters who will join us or not join us, right? You're my supporting actor, and I'm your supporting actor,
Mhm.
right? In this moment, we are co-creating the play,
Yeah.
right? Um, and it doesn't mean that I will see you tomorrow and we will co-create again, or maybe we will, right?
Right.
Right? It
Right.
does not matter, right? When we have a beautiful experience, we try to hang on to it and recreate it because it's beautiful,
Yeah.
right? And I understand that because I've been there. But in doing that, we smother that experience because we can never recreate a moment in time.
Yeah.
and we always miss the present moment. And so I think
Exactly.
love is a key, and the present moment is the other key.
I agree. I agree 100%. It's like, don't miss out on what is coming next, because holding on is keeping you from seeing what's happening next, you know?
Yes, yes,
And we got all eternity, but we right now these are our moments. These are our moments, you
yes,
know, and we are on the precipice of something magical. We
yes,
really are.
yeah,
And I know it seems scary to a lot of us. So I tell people, get out of the media, get out of that stuff, because that is perpetuating anxiety for people. It's making people fearful, you know, and get into the moment, the present moment that Gail's speaking of, so that you can be the creator in your life and you can create and hold love for yourself and for all of existence. The cosmic laws, they're in place. And this is predestined, guys. It's predestined. And so it's searching for the vibrations of love. And we are manifesting them, girlfriend. We're manifesting them today. We're manifesting in the small little groups we're in. And some of these groups aren't so small. There's thousands of people. And some of these people channeling have millions of people, maybe even billions, you know? And so around the globe. So this is really a massive, massive shift in consciousness that's coming. So get excited and be a part of it. Truly be a part of it. And we've talked about, and Gail gave some great examples of small little ways to start, but open and expand your mind, call in your guides. Even if you don't believe, you know, call them in, your angels, your divine teachers and masters, and just open to the possibilities, because the possibilities are becoming the reality. They really are. They're being actualized right now in this
yeah.
moment.
I have got to tell you, anyone that I've ever talked to who has said, okay, am I just fooling myself or am I listening to you, have gotten a clear message. Um, I will talk about a friend, and I won't, if he listens, he can comment and say, yes, it's him, but I won't mention who he is. Um, his sweetheart has gone. She's transitioned and she's always with him. And he wanted proof.
Mhm,
And within hours, got a text from someone who's just thinking about her,
mhm,
right? I have another friend who hers was is not so subtle. He passed suddenly, and his belongings and his body were at the police station for a week. And the night that he passed away, she was getting texts from him. His phone was dead,
mhm. Yeah. It's
right?
amazing. Yes, because we're energy, like you talked about. You
Right.
know, we can reach across the veil. We can talk to loved ones, you know,
Yeah.
and there's nothing blasphemous or evil about it. It's who we are. It's
Right.
what we're capable of. We've only been told that those things are wrong, you know, but the truth is being revealed. And, you know, they've been trying to tell us this, the divine masters and teachers, for centuries, this truth. And now, guess what, guys? We are getting access to it.
I
And
know.
we're
I
coming
know.
online. And how exciting to know that the prophets and the teachers of the past are here with us, and so excited to see and witness this great awakening.
Yes, I just had a new one pop in. I'll have to have a conversation with her.
It's awesome.
Yes, yes. And we keep calling it the divine awakening, and I just don't know what else to call it. Because it really is, we're asleep and we were meant to go to sleep. A few weeks ago, I actually had an experience with ego where I was like, well, you son of a gun, right? Because when we're in vitro, we're still connected to the all that is. We are still the I am. We are still everything. After birth, within 3 weeks, we have forgotten it all. And so I had be careful of your thoughts, by the way, because I had a thought, I wonder how that happens, right? And then ego showed up, and I'm like, you are the one who locked all of the doors.
Mhm.
You're the one who has blocked me from reaching the codes in my body. And so I had a bit of an argument with ego and pushed ego out of my way. Now that's a whole other thing. I should not have pushed ego because ego came back and we had a few struggles after.
Mhm.
Because it's me. I'm pushing me away, right? But what I wanted and I did achieve was to see that there is a path for me to walk on. And there are doors, there are chests, there are, magical genie bottles or whatever of information to who I am and where I came from and what I'm here for and what my capabilities are. And I'm walking down that now and unlocking them door by door by door, right?
Yeah,
And ego is no longer in my way. So ego will not stop me. But ego still has a role to play in my life because it is, remember, we talked about archetypes, right?
yeah,
It is what makes me anchored to Gaia and the human experience. If the ego's not here, I'm not having a human experience,
yes.
right? So I don't want to transition yet. So ego, you can stay.
Death is really when real life is born, but I will say that I believe that I just want everyone that's listening to really know you are beautiful. You are magnificent. You are of the divine and you are divinely aligned and guided. Don't let anyone tell you anything different about who you are because you are the Christ consciousness and you can align and connect with the universal energies. It is possible, and we're just here to support and love you and really have you expand your mind and know that anything is possible. And justice, truth, and the heart is returning to the earth. How wonderful is that?
And it might be a little bit scary or a lot bit scary.
Yeah,
Let us know. Reach out to us. We would be happy to help you navigate
yeah,
the road that you have to go on, not the road that I think is available for you. My road is my road and your road is yours, and we might intertwine, right? But it's not
yeah,
up to me, it's up to you. But it's not something that you want to do alone.
yeah.
Never alone. You do need that mirror. I need the mirror.
We do. We need each other. We definitely do. And I don't ever want anyone to think we're saying everything is just rosies and perfect. And we know there's crimes against humanity happening right now on this earth. We know that.
Yeah.
But the only way for us to rise together is to rise our vibrations together. We have to do this. This is
Yeah.
our quest. And I feel like God told me this is our task to eradicate injustice to one another by bringing love to all. That's our
Right.
task, and we have to hold the love. We have to do it so that we can all rise.
Right. And sometimes you need someone to talk you through it.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen. So I'm going to let you go so that we can hop on Donna's meeting, not Donna's meeting. Everyone, thank you for joining
Thank
us.
you. Thank you. Thank you, Gail.
Absolutely.
This was beautiful and such a wonderful time to spend with you.
There'll be a lot of lives coming up soon, right? Where we're going
Awesome.
to be holding not just us, but other people will be
Yeah.
joining us and holding these conversations for you don't have to believe us, just listen and find your truth.
Yeah. Find your truth.
Find your truth.
Amen.
Bye bye, everybody.
Bye.